Okay, the next section says other. I'm about to find out what it was. What chores or responsibilities did you have as a child?
Gather eggs. Help Mama with the wash. That was when we washed with a wringer washer and hung we had a solar clothes dryer, which means the sun, and a clothesline.
I was thinking, golly, real hot
That was impressive.
And we didn't do much yard mowing or yard work because we had chickens running loose, and they pretty much eat your grass, so we didn't have a whole lot of yard to mow. We did have one of those, isn't it called a rotary lawnmower? You push it. It doesn't have a motor.
A reel?
Yeah, a reel. One of them. We had one of them. And our chores was, we, took out trash. And I helped Mama in the kitchen. I never was, I didn't ever cook hardly anything. I'd help her tend to, stuff she had on the stove, but she was the main cook and I was the main dishwasher. And we didn't have dishwasher, we had me. And
take out the slop drawer?
it was one of them. And it seemed like the men in our family didn't know anything about the kitchen except sitting down and eating. And then they would leave, and it was left for me and Mama to clean up.
Okay. What did you daydream about becoming when you grew up?
I just wanted to be a wife and a mama. I really decided I was able to live my dream.
Okay, number 3.
I loved babies when I was young and teenager. I just always wanted to have babies. So I was blessed, very blessed. I've had babies and grandbabies and great-grandbabies.
Did you have any favorite stories?
Stories?
I guess like
That you read.
yeah.
And I didn't care about reading that much.
But I thought you liked to read.
Well, I read because I had to. I mean,
Yes,
we didn't have no
good
books
at
at
it.
home. We had the Bible and very, very few books at home. We weren't readers. We was workers.
Okay, Bible stories.
Bible stories. Well, I don't know. The Easter story to me is one of the favorite stories.
Okay, number 4. What were your happiest times as a child?
Well, every now and then we'd go on a vacation. I'm not sure where. I think Daddy took us to the Horseshoe.
Horseshoe Lake.
Well, whatever this is over here, before you get to Marie. 4th of July, I remember we would do that after we'd worked in the field. He'd load us up on 4th of July in a wagon, a horse and wagon. And we would go supposedly camping, for a day. And we used to go visit our relatives over in the Hall Summit, Red River Parish area in the summertime, sometime in the wintertime whenever we got our crops out.
What were your saddest times as a child?
I don't remember being. I don't remember, and I see. Sad to me would say if you lost a loved one. And only person I remember losing when I was a kid was my granddaddy, and I don't remember being all that sad.
Were you sad when Joe got hurt and Mossy was gone for so long?
Yeah, that was sad.
That was sad.
By the way, that was a sad time.
What happened?
Well, my brother Joe, it was in the spring of the year, and he stayed out of school to help Daddy cut stalks and get the ground ready to plant cotton. And so he was 11 years old, and we were still farming with mules. And so he had the mules hooked up to a stalk cutter. And it was probably, I don't remember if it was March or April, but it was early in the year. And the wind blew his hat off. And so he got off to get his hat and stepped up on the back of the stalk cutter and the mules started going, and it caught his left foot, and he just went. It just kept going. You know, the mules didn't stop, and it just almost destroyed his. It did destroy his
Walk
ankle,
away and talk.
and
Hello?
so he stayed in the hospital for a long time. And then while he was in the hospital with that, that was down in in Delhi. They was afraid he was going to bleed to death. And but they you know, they stabilized him, and after a certain amount of time, when they realized he was going to live, pull through, well, then they had to do skin grafts on his ankle, and he has 11 little patches up here on his hip. He's 11 years old, so they got 11 little patches where they did a skin graft on his ankle. And during the time he was in the hospital, my brother Billy got meningitis, so he also had to go to the hospital. So they took him to Shreveport, and so since Joe was not ready to come home yet, well, they had him transferred to Shreveport. So there Mama was with 2 kids in the hospital. Both could have died, and me and Jerry at home with Daddy. And you know,
Who was mean?
and Daddy, I'm sure he had a burden. I mean, his wife was gone, his helper, and 2 children over there near death. And poor me and Jerry was left there, you know, and that was during the farming season. It was early in the spring, and that was when you didn't use chemicals to clean up your crop. You chopped it or plowed it to clean up the grass and the cotton, you know. And he had, Daddy had, the men in the community would come and help him from time to time. But one day, just this one guy helped him, and so it was customary when you had farm labor to feed him a meal, you know. So his wife was not there. She was taking care of 2 sick children. So I was elected to cook the meal. Now, I was 13 years old, never had cooked a whole meal at all. All I'd ever make, I could make fried potatoes and a plain cake. That's what I could do. That's what I could do when I got married, actually.
What did you cook them?
Well, I made rice, and I must have cooked some kind of meat and I guess some kind of vegetable. But what Daddy broke my heart because he fussed at me because the rice was gummy. And so, and, you know, he fussed at me, and my mama wasn't there, and you know, it looked like our world was just tumbling down around our ears. And he fussed at me because the rice was gummy. And then that evening we we was going down to the hospital to see Joe, and me and I don't know who loaded up in front with him, Jerry probably, but me and Bonnie rode in the back seat. No, it wasn't the back seat, in the back of the truck. And I was trying to tell her, and I just started crying. I just couldn't tell her. I just couldn't get through it, how he had hurt me.
He broke your heart.
He broke my
You was
heart.
working hard.
I was trying, but he never knew he broke my heart like that. I never told him.
Okay, the last section